Okay, y'all, we are just going to kick off and get started. So I see some new faces on here tonight, and I just want to introduce myself, you guys. My name is Sarah O'Connell. I'm an ambassador Diamond with It Works, and I have been with the company for almost 10 years is coming up, which is so crazy to even think about. But what a life-changing opportunity that I'm so thankful that I jumped on without really thinking much about. I definitely didn't have to watch for too long or be convinced or anything like that. And I have zero regrets. So I'm going to hop on tonight and just share these changes that are coming with the 4-1. And we'll just get started and we're going to break it down. And I really want this to make sense so that we understand change. Like I feel like some people are like, why are we changing something? Like they don't like change. You guys love change. I have always been like that. And I know not everyone is like that. However, I want you to know that this change, once you understand some of it behind it, I think you will be like, wow, this is absolutely incredible. And honestly, let's just be open. Like this is not just me speaking to you. I always love to have like open dialogue with all of you. I'm here to serve you. Everyone else is here to help each other. So tell me what your first thought was when you heard about 4 loyal customers and 1 DT and no more steps to success. I just want to know what initial thoughts were. And there is no wrong answer to this, just so you know, okay? There's zero wrong answers with this. Ready for change? Yes. See, I'm a ready for change kind of gal too. Pumped, easy, simple, yes. Love all that. Fresh start, clean, yes. We're talking about that tonight too. That's for everybody, which is so good. Super excited. Just, oh, I love all the positives. Yes, you guys. Hi, Linz. I just see her on there. Mind blown. Yeah. Jaw dropped. These are some girls that have been in for a long time too. Okay. So yes, you guys, and I love all of that. And the thing is you guys, we are all restarting. We are all relaunching our businesses. And I think we honestly probably should do it more than we do. That I'm going to be really honest with you when it comes down to that, but we are simplifying and we are getting paid more for that. And so I don't want to say they're going to pay you more to slow down. That's not necessarily it, but there's a huge portion of this business and like the magic potion behind this business that many were missing because we do have an incredible Fast Start bonus program, right? But listen, the changes that have been put into place and some of the announcements that you are going to hear on Tuesday that I am unable to share quite yet, but we are going to dive into what we know so far. Just know that they are rewarding, like, I don't want to say good behavior, but like business building behavior that is going to help you build a sustained business, longevity in your business, one that pays you, one that has strength, one that has foundation. Like that is what everyone wants, right? We don't want then you know that when there's peaks and there's valleys and there are different things like that, you're strong, like you're ready to rock and roll. Like that just comes with reality in life in general, right? Businesses don't get to escape that stuff either. So here's the thing is they are literally paying you to put your focus where you need to develop habits that are going to create a successful business for you. Like they're doing it for you. That's all I can tell you. Okay. So there's many aspects to it. And so I want you to know that, but we are dropping down. We are going to 4 loyal customers and 1 distributor. Okay. And when you do that, and as soon as you do that for this month, you are going to get paid $150. Okay. So just know that. And those 4 loyal customers, you want to make sure, and some of this stuff, you guys, you are going to hear us repeat over and over, but repetition is how you learn something. That's how it becomes second language to you, right? Just like it is for the rest of us. So you want to make sure that those 4 loyal customers, whatever it is that they are ordering, you want the total of that BV to be 180. Okay. So we just don't want to miss some of these small details. So that's why we're saying them now. So I don't know about you, but I have it written out. Like, I'm not here to be like, I've been here for this long. Like, I know everything. No, I write it out. I'm a visual girl. I'm like, I don't need to try to like think for 5 minutes on if I can remember something. Like, let's just not bank on my like memory at all, okay? Because that's not good. So honestly, you guys, I'm going to tell you how I'm doing it, okay? So on my planner that I have that has all my crazy life stuff, I literally have it out where it says 4 LCs. I have 4 dashes. I've already checked them off because I've helped some loyal customers already enroll. And then I have my 1DT. Okay, and then above where I have my loyal customers, I am putting what the VV is with their order. So that way, at the end of those 4 loyal customers, I have my 180 and I can check it off and I know, check, 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 I have done it all. Okay, so that is what we want to focus on first. And I also wanted you to know that when we break down the 180, you guys, that's 4 pick 2s. Okay, so you guys are probably doing pick 3s plus 1, right? For free shipping, or maybe multiple pick 2s or multiple pick 3s. Like you still have the pick 2 and pick 3. So when we just break it down, I always am breaking everything down. Okay. And they're doing that even more so, right? And so just know though, the 180 BV is 4 pick 2s. Okay, so in your mind, if you're like, well, I'm already doing this, or this is kind of a bundle that I like. And you guys, if there is a bundle that you are like, just like your customers are loving, you can drop it in the chat. Let's help each other out, okay? So you can go ahead and put that. But just so you know, that is where we're started, right? So your first focus and foremost is that. As soon as you check that off, then we're moving on to the next step, okay? But that is going to be our monthly goal. And here's the thing, you guys. We are going to get paid to simplify things. So many people, and this is just life too, they're trying to rush through the process, right? And when you rush, you guys, it takes a lot of the fun out of it, first of all. And that's where you hear like people getting burnt out, or they're, losing track of this, or you get the people who now it's so overcomplicated because before they're even focusing on one distributor, they were focusing on getting 3 distributors, and they're already overcomplicating it. And then they're shutting down because they're like, whoa, I'm overwhelmed. Right? And so we are like literally wiping that problem out. And we are also telling people to slow the heck down. Enjoy it. Let's serve our people. Okay. So here's what I want you to know. As soon as you do your 4 in 1, the next step is to teach it. And that's all I'm going to say is your 1 distributor that you get, you are going to teach, you are going to work hand in hand with them for them to get their 4-1. And you're literally going to share exactly how you just got your 4-1. That is leadership. It's doing it and teaching it. Anyone can do that. Any single person on here. You guys, we're not talking ranks. There's no ranks in any of the announcements that are coming out. Nothing. Okay, this is like fair playing field for everybody, which is why I freaking absolutely love it. Okay, so this is fair playing field for anyone. But that is all you need to know. Okay, is that is exactly what we're going to do, and we're going to teach that. And instead, you guys, I was telling them, I'm like, instead of focusing on how many times can I do my 4-1, I want you to know that you will get paid more to teach the 4-1. Okay, so what I want to tell you is you want to make smart decisions in your business, right? So why would you try to do it over and over and over and over and over again when you can teach it? And here's the thing that's going to happen. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example. I could totally bust tail and I can work my butt off to enroll 12 loyal customers, or I can get my 4 loyal customers and my 1 distributor, and I can work hand in hand with this new woman, man, whoever's coming into my business, and teach them how to work inside their network, right? Which essentially becomes part of networks that we're all working in, right? But that person is specifically going to work within that one, okay? And so I'm going to teach them, they're going to get their 4-1, and then she is going to do what she's been taught, right? So she's going to go teach her 1 4-1. Right now, just from doing that, from helping one and that one helping one, like over and over, you have 12 loyal customers and 3 DTs. Okay. And now those 3 DTs are now teaching 4 and 1. Okay. So now you have 12 what did I put that as? Hold on, I got to think of what I just said. No. Okay. So, right. So those 3 DTs are doing the same thing. So now you guys, when we are duplicating and replicating that, we have 24 loyal customers and 6 DTs. Okay. So you have to think to yourself, how long would that take you? It might take you a really long time. right? Or not to mention, even if it doesn't take you a long time, you are working your stinking butt off to get that. When we break it down and we each own our 4-in-1, it is a lot of us doing a little bit. We're not burnt out. We're excited. We're working together. We just empowered somebody and taught somebody how to fish, right? Not just to sit at the table and eat. And so you have to remember there is magic in this. And that is the one thing, if you miss that point of this whole change, you're not doing yourself any service whatsoever, okay? So I want to make sure that that makes sense. And so that you know that you are going to get paid to actually help that person. I'm not going to tell you how much. I mean, your jaw is like literally going to drop on the floor, okay? Let me see what this is saying. Okay, I try not to look in there, but if there's something, one of the girls will also tell me like, hey, can you touch on this? So I want to also tell you that in doing this, you guys, rubies will be made within 90 days, okay? It just naturally, that is what it's going to be. And then with that, you will have diamonds that are popping within 5 months. Like, that's incredible. Absolutely incredible that somebody who's starting a side business or opportunities to supplement their income to life as is, right, can be earning 4 figures a month as a diamond in 5 months. Like, that's absolutely incredible. And that's our monthly commission. That has nothing to do with our weekly pay or anything like that, okay? So I want you guys to know that that's the 4-1. So your first focus is getting it done for yourself, okay? And so I always tell people, there's so many times that I hear people, I'm going for ruby or I'm going for diamond, and they're sitting at ruby. I'm like, listen, I love that your vision is already reaching to diamond, but you can't go diamond before you go emerald. You can't go emerald before you teach people how to go ruby, right? Now we're like completely taking that out of the game. So I always tell people too, you can't make $1,000 before you make 100. Guess what? You can't teach the 4-1 until you enroll your 1. Okay, so get after that. So for myself, you guys, I know that, and I'm going to break down how we're going to get these loyal customers, or how we are getting them, right? And how we're enrolling distributors that you can go and do the exact same thing. Okay, and so like I said, I don't want you to think of how many times you can do the 4-1. I want you to know that you can do the 4-1 and you're going to go teach the 4-1, okay? And over the next 90 days, what our goal is in It Works and along our team and everything else is to create this surge of effective business building habits, okay? And you guys, you hear 90 days all the time. Listen, you can develop a habit within 21 days, okay? But you can master it by 90. And there's a reason why our loyal customer program is 90 days. There's a reason why when they had people come in and consult and look into everything, they picked 90 days, okay? I want you to trust that. And I want you to hold yourself accountable for the next 90 days to do your 4-1 each month, okay? So, and you're gonna continue to see why you're gonna do your 4-1, okay? The one thing that I want you guys to know is just how freaking blessed we are that we have a company that is always willing and looking to reinvent and pivot so the masses are winning. You guys, some people don't care about that. Like, they're like, you know what? If our sales are still good or whatever it is, like, we're good. And they're just not like that here. They want the masses winning, okay? And so that is exactly why we're doing this. And we don't want only 6% of our teams doing a lot. We want a lot of our team doing 6%, right? That's what we want. That's the magic behind network marketing, you guys. That's the magic behind this business model, is that we come together and as a whole, we each do our own little part. And when we add it together, there is this like massive explosion of life-changing events that happen. That is what sets us apart from any traditional business. That is why I chose to say yes to this, even though I had an amazing job as a nurse. There was a lot of things that didn't offer that this did. So putting the two together was absolutely incredible. And that's something I want you guys to know. A lot of us, yes, we've been able to replace our income. We've been able to replace our jobs or whatever. But I tell every single person when I'm bringing somebody new in, I'm not here looking to replace anything yet, because that's really freaking scary. But what I am here to do is to add as much good that they feel like they're missing right now because of this business. Because you want to know why? When you do that and we focus on that, they are going to want to put the time into their business, right? And in every little step, it's not undermined because it's not looking to replace this. It is truly looking as an additive. It's like, I didn't have this before. Oh my gosh, now I can do this, right? And the whole mindset changes. And you know what? With that, if at some point the big change of replacing their income happens, amazing. But instead of replacing this or that, let's look at how we can add things in for them, okay? That's something that I think is really big and way less scary than when we're talking about like these, let's replace your income or let's do this. No, let's just freaking add a whole lot of goodness to your life just where you are. Okay. So here's the thing. Let's break down loyal customers. How are we getting our loyal customers? And if anybody's had a question about the 4-1 and the 150 and the 180, I want you to drop it in the chat now before I move on, because I want to be able to answer it for you. Okay. Or if you have any question that I didn't touch on in that first 20 minutes of sharing the change that we know so far. Okay. So I want to break this down for you guys. But for loyal customers, where and how are we getting them? First of all, I want you to put in the chat how you're getting your loyal customers, okay? And I'm going to come in and I'm going to tell you how I know a lot of my team is getting loyal customers, how I'm getting loyal customers still years later, right? So we're not here to have the answer, nobody wants this. That's bull. We already know that, okay? So, and again, I always tell people when they come in with like what do I want to say? Like a door closed answer, I'm like, we're looking for a way, not an excuse, right? Not like how this isn't going to work. We are going to make this work. And that mindset alone, you guys, has changed my business because I'm never at a standstill. I always have a way to grow or to be pivoting or to be doing something, or I'm doing what's working, right? That's all it comes down to. So people are putting in their messaging daily, host a posts, follow-ups. Heck yes, Amanda, follow-ups, you guys. Having your own before and afters. Yep. Utilizing host to post in consistency. Okay. So I want to tell you, host to post, if you are not doing host to post, I'm going to ask you why. And I want you to ask yourself why. Every single month teams come together and they're throwing together a pot, they're pitching in whatever it is. And you guys, honestly, the system works. Okay. And it works so well. And it has you growing your network so dang fast, but it has you doing the thing. So Amanda said in there, like messaging, right? It's going to have you messaging people that are interested. It finds you the people that are interested. They're literally commenting on the post saying, message me. Like, you do not have to cold message anyone, right? And it has you growing your friends list outside of somebody else's network. Not to mention, it has you opening up the door to that person that just shared a post to see a small snippet of what we do as a distributor, and shows them that they too can do it, that their people are interested, right? And so that could be a way for you even to get your one. But again, you have to be willing to do it, and you have to be willing to ask and put yourself out there a little bit, okay? So host or post is absolutely huge. If you are not doing it, I want you to know, again, most times we're overcomplicating it, to be honest with you. And so we have boards galore that have wording for you. So if you're nervous about wording, like, I just want to tell you, there's words already there for you. All it is like engaging in the actual conversation, okay? And so if you need help or you need access to boards, please put it in the chat. Like, we don't want anyone left behind. We want everybody equipped, which is why we're showing up on a Sunday, 2 days before this huge announcement is dropped, okay? So host a post is absolutely huge. You guys, honestly, once you get host a post rolling, and when I say that, there's sometimes you've heard people speak on Zooms. It took them maybe 10 days once they started really doing host to post consistently for them to actually get some flow going, right? Some conversations going, some people commenting, whatever it may be. It doesn't just happen overnight. Okay. And that's okay. You guys, there's days where like my host to post don't do much. And then all this on the 5th day, because I kept going, I have one post that I get 4 loyal customers off of. So you have to remember, host a post, I truly believe that if you jump into it and you're consistent with it, and I'm not even giving you a number, I'm just saying, like, get some posts up, get some people sharing a post for you, whatever that number looks like for that day, amazing, okay? That's great. But then you can get those 4 loyal customers within that, okay? On top of host a post, here are the other things that I know are enrolling loyal customers. Sharing the products that you're using yourself. Here's the thing. Do you see bloggers, okay, they do social selling all the time, right? That's their job, just like ours. Do you see them? Do you think that their most sold items are ones that they aren't using themselves or haven't worn? No, they're not. You will see that they do this like top 5 thing, and you will see that every single time, you guys, their top 5 is a picture that they posted with an outfit that they're using. It's products that they're using on a day-to-day basis. And so you have to remember, people want to use what you are. So if you are not sharing that, you are missing a whole bunch of people that are waiting to see what you're using. And that is the whole point of your auto ship. Okay, so like for me, you guys, 90% of my customers, they are coming in with coffee. Like I lead a ton with coffee. I lead a ton with our beauty products. I absolutely freaking am obsessed with our skincare line. And I'm even going back to the wraps because they're amazing. Like I've been wrapping and I'm like, why did we even go away from these? Like I freaking love them. So you can even pick a few. And again, you don't, and I don't want you to post about every single product or a different product every single day. I don't want you to do that, okay? What I want you to do is to grab the ones that you love or that interest you, and maybe you haven't used those ones yet, right? Maybe you're brand new on here, and if you are, welcome. We love you. We're so excited for you. But just know that your segue is like your products that you love, and then literally asking, once they ask a question about that product, you just say, give them the information. I would say answer the question that they're asking, and then ask your question. Answer the question that they are asking, and then you ask your question, okay? So that's when I just say, like, hey, this is what the coffee does, blah, blah, blah. Tell me, do you have any specific goals that you are wanting to focus on? Or are you just wanting to, make a healthier change in your daily coffee? And so I always ask that because literally that question opens the entire website open for these people. Okay, so super simple. That is how you can easily get pick 2, pick 3s, multiple, pick 3 plus 1, right? So that you can get free shipping, whatever it may be. But you guys, you have to show yourself using the products, okay? So make sure that you're doing that. And then also the product engagement posts. I know we steered away from those for a while on Facebook, but the truth is those freaking things work. And if you're like, what the heck is a product engagement post? Those are the ones that are saying like, almost kind of using a post that you would give for somebody to host a post and putting it up on your page. So like the gummies one, like I'm like, would you chew 2 gummies that help lower BMI, focus on, the tummy fat and like whatever that one is, right? Or that one. There's a wrap one that's going around that freaking lights up. I should see if I can find it. If somebody else has it, you should put it in the chat. But those are the ones where you randomly drip those in, and because of the conversations that you have, because of the stories that they've seen you sharing, and the products that you're using, they finally bite and they're like, yep, I did a cleanse one and I had like 5 people that I've never had a conversation with, didn't even know they were watching, all want the cleanse. And I'm like, where have you been? Like I shared it in my stories, but they need that. And so don't be shy of putting those out there. Oh yeah, somebody just put it in there. Trisha did. You guys, it is so good. And people are just putting up before and after. You can do whatever. Maybe you're rapping. I'm going to rap today. So I'm going to share that in my stories. And I can guarantee you, people are going to they're going to be like, I'm going to go in with the at-home spa treatment thing. And they're going to be like, what the heck is that? I want to do that, right? So you guys, you see even the ones like where people are doing the chin ones that wrap around their ears. Like our freaking wrap does that. So anyways, that's loyal customers. Do not make it hard. The products, they've done the research. They know the products that people are wanting. They research what people are going for, what their interests are, what the highest demand products are. Like they've done all that work for us. All we have to do is share. And here's the thing. If you're like, well, I don't really know how to formulate posts. Okay, we have an entire Telegram that gives sample posts. You have all these people that you can follow as examples that you can copy, right? And on top of that, you can go on to Pinterest and you can grab stuff. If you just search it, slimming gummies, slimming gummy before and after, coffee before and after, wrap before and after. Like it is all there, you guys. You just have to be willing to go get it, okay? You have to know how to use your resources at hand. And so that's it, you guys. Like there's nothing more than that. That was literally 3 things that I told you that everyone is enrolling loyal customers from, okay? Post a post. Sharing what you're using, and why you love it, right? Your own testimonies, maybe it's customers' testimonies, whatever it is, and then product engagement posts, okay? And then obviously, even outside of that, you have to remember whatever you're doing on social media is also a catalyst to conversations when you are belly to belly, right? So whether it be in sports, whether it be you're at the park, whether it be maybe you're out for girls' night, whatever it is, just know they're seeing that stuff and it is going to spark conversation. Okay. So that's the one thing, like I do love belly to belly. I absolutely love it. But because I love that, and maybe even if I build a lot of my business that way, guess what? It's over here, this little drip that I do on social media, that is what makes this happen over here. Okay. So just remember, you're not limited to just that. You can pick up your phone. Like you can go wrap somebody. You can go do those things. You can go drop off samples. I do that stuff all the time. Okay. That's fun stuff, you guys. That's extra cash for just doing a little extra. I always tell people, go the extra mile. I promise you it is worth it. It is worth it. So like, I just did samples. My goal is to turn those into customers or distributors. They are not just going to stop at samples. Absolutely not. Okay. That's not the point of a sample. So next, distributors. This is a section that is so exciting that so many people are so nervous about. Okay. But like, I swear once you get one, you realize like, oh my gosh, this is my favorite part. Right. And so this is something that completely changed my business because you guys, the thing is I do not take other people's goals small, or when somebody's coming in and trusting me, I'm like, they trust me. Like I'm going to show up for them. Right. That's just how I roll. So the way that our business works with it being like that, that worked to my advantage big time. So here's the thing, you guys, distributors, you are focusing on one. It's not, hey, if you already have your one for the month, put it in the chat. Like freaking proud of you. Okay. And if you can even share how you got it. If you got it through a follow-up, like put it out there. I'm actually going to share some of my messages that I have sent out just to give you an example. And I'm also going to share some follow-ups that I just walked through with one of my girls. When she asked like, hey, I want to follow up with these girls. How do I do it? Okay. Vanessa's on there. Best gift I was ever given. Seriously, Lindsay. The wrap. I made Lindsay wrap. And she paid $25 for it. You guys, she's my best friend. Like, yo, I made her pay $25 for it, and then she started her business. So, again, don't be shy on collecting the cash, and also know that our products speak loudly for themselves, okay? Have my 4 working in my 1. Wow, way to freaking go. That is incredible. Okay, so distributors, you guys, you have to remember what you're offering is what you're going to get into your business. Okay, so it is the same thing. If you are only always talking about product, you are probably going to get loyal customers. Eventually, you're going to get a loyal customer that loves the product and might want to be a distributor. But again, if you don't ask them or even give them that option, they probably won't even know that it is an option. Okay, so when it's coming with the distributors, you guys, I know that I'm going to get, there's certain objections that I'm expecting. And I think that that's so important when we go into like this territory of being like, oh my gosh, like this might not be my strength. Like, right. You have to like know what to expect on top of things, right? I know that not every single ask I get is going to get a yes. It might not even get an answer or a response. Like I'm okay with that. I know that. But what I also know after doing this for 9.5 years, that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is me showing up over and over with excitement, saying why I love this business and I'm here to help you when you are ready. That is what matters, okay? And so here's the thing, is that you want to be sharing your story over and over and over again, okay? And honestly, talking about stories, you guys, we just started a whole new thing on Thursday nights. We are coming on and it's diamonds and above. There's like this sign up sheet that is going company wide and people are coming on and they're sharing their story. Why? Because stories inspire, stories are relatable, and stories sell. That is why, okay? And I'm going to tell you that most of us are where we are or have found success in our business to stick with it and to put in the consistency that we need to do to have that success because of someone else's story. That we were like, holy cow, if they could do that and this is why they started, because it's super relatable to me, so can I. right? Our vision starts expanding. You can do that with your network without them even knowing, just by sharing your story, okay? And so I just want to share something with you. I want every single one of you to do a story thread. And this is the cool thing. Once you create something like this, you can use it over and over and over again, right? And you're not going to use the same one, but literally, you guys, you could create 5 different like threads, or even 4. Okay. You could do 4 and you can add on as you want, but you put them in a folder, right? And you can have it. Some of them can be like, hey, I'm looking for an extra person that's wanting to make income, you know, message here. You can be super simple. It can be a story thread where it's pictures and it already has the words in it. Or it can be so dang simple where you can take a picture of yourself or your family or whoever on your stories and add the wording in and go story by story. Okay. And so this one, it can be so simple. I'm just going to tell you, like, you can say and do one where you're introducing yourself. Like, hi, I'm Sarah. I'm a mom of 3. I'm a nurse and I own my own business and work from home. Okay. So I can fill in the gap. So you can put I am, and then I started my own business because, and there you're going to fill in what you were wanting. What were you starting to work for? Like, why did you start? And if you don't know that, you got to know that. Okay. That's your why. Everybody knows their why, right? And if you need to revisit it, that's okay too. You're relaunching your business. Now's the time to do it. Okay. So you can say, I started my own business because, so you're going to fill in your gap. Listen, this is where you are going to put your doubts and fears. So that one, as you add in those things, right? So your first story side, it can be a picture, whatever picture you want to use. Your picture doesn't have to change. You can use the same one, okay? Do not overcomplicate this. But you have your I am, who you are, right? Outside of it works, in a part of it. And then I started my own business because, that's your second one that you can add in. Your third one, that's your doubts and fears. And then you can just put in there, but I did it anyways, because if you change nothing, nothing changes, right? We all know that. If you change nothing, nothing changes. You cannot do the same thing and expect different results, right? I think that's called insanity. Is that the definition? I don't even know. Okay. So, and then, so that's your third one, is your doubts and your fears. And then I started, and what you found that you loved about it works, about your business, about your team, maybe ways it's helped your family. Okay. And this can be bullet points. Like, don't get like full sentences. That's not what stories is for. But what's cool is when you create the story, you could turn this into a post by just literally taking the content from each story. Okay. So you're going to say, I started, and then what you found that you have absolutely loved about this business, or what it's done for you. Okay. And then the way to, and I can even just put it in here, but the way that I end it, you always have to have like a call to action. Okay. Or like telling them and inviting them in. You guys, they do not know. You cannot expect somebody to just know. Okay. No one knows anything. That's what I want you to know. Okay. No one knows anything unless you're telling them or you're inviting them or whatever. That is literally my motto in my head. So when I catch myself being like, well, if they would have asked me if they were interested, absolutely not. They're not going to ask you if they're interested. They don't know. They don't know until you tell them what to do, to say, hey, come get more info. Come join me. I'm welcoming you here. Okay. So on the last one you can do, I am looking to link arms with one person who has been wanting or praying for a way to supplement their income on their own terms. Okay. I am looking to link arms with one person who has been wanting or praying for a way to supplement their income, but on their own terms. And then you can say, swipe up and text opportunity. You can do a poll. You can say like, I'm ready, or more info. It's always, if you're doing a poll, it's always a yes and a yes. Okay. You can even say, instead of supplementing income, you can even be really specific and saying who is wanting extra cash coming into the holiday season. Okay. You can say that. So know what seasons we're in. Bree talks about this all the time. And if you haven't gotten a chance to hear Bree speak, she's very specific and I freaking love it. But the thing is like, she says that, like, know what's happening in your week, like how you're going to intertwine this business, things that you're going to be grateful for. Is it paying for dentist stuff? Is it doing that, right? Right now, you guys, I literally did a count and it's like 110 days, 11 days maybe. Actually, I think it's 110 before Christmas. Like, this is the problem. Christmas sneaks up on people, and that's why people go into debt during Christmas. Now is the time to think about it. Let's like prep our people and be like, what is your plan for Christmas? Most people are gonna be like, I don't freaking know. Okay, Colleen, I'm gonna reach out to you because I don't know my plan. And last year it sucked because I literally took me till March to pay it off. Like that type of thing. You guys, that is such a normal situation for people who don't have an opportunity like we have. Like, we're already here. Like, that's the cool thing. We have to encourage them to take a scary step, but then also walk into like an amazing thing that is about to be announced. Like, how freaking cool. You're going to be the answer to many people's prayers. So you better get loud. Seriously. Okay. So there's just one story sample for you. You guys, don't make it hard. And remember, when you're not making it hard, what you're showing that person that's on the outside is like, oh my gosh, she just used one picture of herself and put some words on there. Like, I can do that. But when we get fancy sometimes, right? Because it's cute, because it is cute. And honestly, it's kind of fun to make some of that stuff. But sometimes that can be what deters somebody. They don't know that, like, when so-and-so, like, that's somebody working in their strength and they share it with everybody type thing, okay? But so just know, like, simplicity is such a beautiful thing, okay? So that's just one story sample. And like I just told you, you guys, those little bullet points that I just gave you can also create a post that you can share, okay? And just speak one at a time, you guys, one at a time, over and over and over. I'm going to work with one person. I'm looking for just one person that wants to link arms to do this, that wants the opportunity to have the perks that I share all the time, right? And so just know you have to share your story. So that is one piece of getting distributors. And you guys, you'll hear this a lot too. Like, people are like, I finally got vulnerable. Like, instead of pretending like my life's perfect, I finally said, like, you know what, when the freaking tires need to be changed on our cars, we were like, oh my gosh, like, where the heck is that going to come from? You know, or they said they would talk about some of the things that they struggled with. Vulnerability just shows like, hey girl, I'm working hard on these things behind closed doors, just like you are too. You know what I'm saying? So remember that as you put yourself out there and you do share your story, and again, you get to choose what you share. Nobody's telling you what you have to and don't have to share, right? But you do need to share your story. And you do have a story. If you have started, you have a story. I don't care if you're here for 1 hour or you've been in here for a year. You have a story, okay? So next thing is messaging and inviting. You guys, you have to message people and you have to invite them. And honestly, instead of seeing it as something like, oh my gosh, I'm looking for this one person because I need to get my one DT. How are they going to serve me? Instead, you guys, I look for people not only that I truly do want to work with. So like, I'm coming in with a compliment because there's a reason I chose that person. So I always say that, like, if you're about to message somebody, ask yourself why. Why do you want that person on your team? And I promise you, as soon as you know why you picked a specific person, your message will be so much more genuine than if you're just like, oh, I got this many messages out today, right? So I ask myself why, okay? And then from there, I always am tweaking it. So like, this is something, and I'm going to share some of my messages with you, but I don't use boards when I'm messaging people because I know how to be a person, and I'm like, you know what? Like, we don't need to we're not trying to give that first initial message. I'm not trying to give all the information in one breath. I am just simply saying like, hey girl, I want to invite you to do this. And I want to know if you're interested. Like, that's it, right? From there, I can go use my boards explaining what we do and all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to show you guys just some very simple messages so that you just have some examples, okay? I do love having examples for people because I think sometimes you may have your thing and you're like, I just want to make sure I'm on the right track, right? Like, we all want to make sure we're on the right track. Or sometimes, you guys, it is such a simple tweak of like a few words that literally changes the game for your message, okay? So I'm going to show, let me see, where are my girls that I did this? So here is one. So this is, most of these people are people that I have spoken to or have shown interest in the business at some point or whatever. Okay, so here is just even one. I can just read it out loud. All right, sweet friend, I got the inside scoop on what's coming for our company and through the holiday season. If there has ever been a time to go after that fun little side gig, it's now. I know that this girl is a teacher and she freaking loves being a teacher. Okay, she loves it. I'm not here to replace her teaching job. However, I know she doesn't get paid what she should. Like, let's be real, right? And so I just said, I'm going to be working with a very small group to ensure you all have the opportunity to maximize all that is being offered. I know you've been interested, but shoot, we're all distant learning. See, she's the teacher. So you can see where I make things specific, right? And let's be real, that wasn't easy. So I get it, but I wanted to offer it to you again, knowing what's coming. Let me know if you're interested, okay? So there's one of them. Another one that I did, let's go here. Okay, here's another one. And then I'm also going to show you guys, oh, good. Sometimes I always wonder if it's going to be like too long. And then let me see. I had like specifically pulled like 3 different ones. So you guys, these are the kind of messages that I'm doing and what you can do without even, because I'm not sharing everything I know, right? I know what the company has announced and what you know, okay? So that's what I am sharing. I'm not even giving total specifics. So you can see, here's a gal. Let me see. Here's a gal that does host posts for me all the time on Instagram. And so I asked her, if somebody's hosting a post for you, they should be getting a message and an invite into this business automatically, okay? Cool thing again. You're getting your 4 LCs using your host to post. You now, for all these people that have posted for you, you now have the ability and have opened the door to offer them the opportunity to be a distributor. Guess what? If you're doing your host to post consistently and then you're consistently also offering the business, you are going to get your 1 DT. I have absolutely zero doubt that you would get that 1 DT, okay? So here are just some sample messages. Again, mine are not the same because I do not like send out one message that does certain things. Like I know why I'm asking certain people, okay? The rest of things I'm doing, I'm hoping to bring them in because they're watching, I'm growing my network. You know, I'm looking for the people who are interested in what I have to offer through this opportunity, okay? And then the other thing is following up. You guys, you have to follow up. You have got to follow up. If you are not, I promise you, Lisa's following up and she's going to grab your girl. Like, I'm just going to be real. And if that has never happened to you, it will. It will. And guess what? You will follow up from then on. Okay? Because you're going to be like, I am not freaking planting a seed just for somebody else to go follow up. Okay? So follow up is so big. And this is where some people are like, I don't want to be annoying. I don't want to be salesy. I don't want to be this. You are not. You are serving your people, okay? If one more person tells me they don't want to be annoying, I'm going to say, then don't be annoying. Like, just show up and serve your people. Like, I will tell you if there is one freaking, I am not a mass enroller, okay? I am not a mass enroller, but if there is one thing that I can tell you that is one of my favorite compliments outside of my team thanking me for certain things, which you guys just remember that, like that stuff just goes such a long ways. So when you feel grateful and it's on your heart, just go say it to that person because it just like makes people's days. But here's the deal. One thing that I get over and over is I just love how you're not salesy. I love how you can be, like you've shown you can be successful without being salesy. You're not pushy. You're not this good. I have never wanted to be that person either. But guess what? I've never had to be that person to be successful. So we need to stop saying that following up or serving our people or making things easier or stepping back in to message them again because we truly do believe in them, that's being annoying. No, it's not. That's like telling that person like, yo, I see something in you that you don't see in yourself, okay? Guess what? That's the type of person that they want to join something new with, right? Somebody who believes in them, okay? Not the person that just shoots in their messenger one freaking time. You guys, people need to be asked a few times. Okay, so I want to share with you. I was sharing with one of my girls. She's like, how do I follow up? You know what I freaking love that she asked this? The one girl hadn't even responded back to her message. She doesn't care. She's following up. Guess what I told her? I'm going to share these ones with you. And guess what? She's getting responses. Okay. So here are two. I think I put them back to back. Hold on. Let me make sure. She might have even. Okay. Here, this better not be too long. I guess. Nope, it's not. Okay. Sometimes you can only like copy and paste. Okay, I'm going to show you. So these are two different ones. I'm sorry, you're just going to have to like copy it and then you can break it up yourself. But so simple. This girl hadn't even messaged back, okay? This is what I would say. If I'm going to follow up with her, she knew who she messaged. When you're messaging people, you should be making a list. I'm going to have you make a list tonight, okay? I'm going to give you some homework. You're going to thank me. When you get your one, you're going to come back and be like, Sarah, I got my freaking one, okay? So here we go. So on here, I just said, so simple. I just want to be sure you receive my message because I don't want anyone missing out on what's happening in our company, especially anyone who has been on the fence or thinking about it. Boom. Got a response literally like right after. Guess what? The girl's scared. Normal. Okay? And she said why she's scared. So where do we go from there? And this literally walks me into my next thing of what to expect when signing distributors. Okay, you should expect objections. I have yet to sign a single distributor that's like, I am so confident. I've never been scared. I've thought about this and I thought about it just a little bit ago and I'm signing up 30 seconds later. No, they don't. They're like, here's my big bucket of doubt and fears and here's my why. And at the end of the day, this means the most to me. How the heck can I put these two together? Okay. So I literally told her, she came back time. She wants to be sure she's not salesy. Hear it all the time, right? And that she's with the right company. Okay. I can also share with you what I said to those things if you guys want me to, but I want you to know you should expect objections. People are going to have things that are holding them back. You have to put in the time up front because guess what? That builds trust and they know that when they have a question or they have a fear of something, you're going to be right there to help them work right through that. And so I tell every single person, I'm like, cool, so glad to know that you're human just like myself. I too was freaking so scared and these were the things I was scared of. Even if it's not the same things, I don't even care. I straight up am like, oh, I was scared to lose money. You didn't even think of that. It's weird. Okay. So so I just let them know. So I told her the same thing. I said, when they come back with an objection, that is not a no. That is them being like, hey, Sarah, I do want to do this, but I am freaking scared. Like, tell me, like, is this normal? What are we going to do about this? Like, tell me these things. And so I told her, you address the objections. Okay. You guys, we have a whole post on like the normal objections you hear and how to address them. Like, if you even go through and just read it, you will feel so empowered to even just like accept the objections coming in. Okay. And so just know, I told her, I said, we're going to literally address those three things that she just said. Okay. And I broke them down. And then I also let her know, like, guess what? As soon as you work through these fears and really once people say yes, you guys, I always tell them this. I say, once you decide that you're going to do this, these things actually subside quite quickly. Like you start realizing that these things aren't going to hold you back. And a lot of your fear is replaced with excitement. Okay. And I always say, you want to always move forward in faith instead of sit in fear. Like there's one spot you're going to grow and there's going to be one spot that like, it just feels deeper and darker. Okay. And so, and then I also just let them know, like, just know you guys, none of us are like out here finding success because we're fearless. No, like we're not fearless. We're just working through our fears and we're moving forward just in spite them, right? Despite our fears. Like that's the truth of the matter. We all have them. You could go talk to Sherry Lynn or Steph and Joel Dunn and they would be like, yeah, I have this and this, but I just work right through it. Right? That's just normal. So that's exactly what I said. So I can even just read to you guys because we do have a moment. I like stayed on track. I'm just kind of proud of myself. Okay. So I just want to share, this is what I said. Okay. And so the way I coached my girl, right? And this is the other thing. If you are on here tonight and you never ask your mentor or who you work closely with questions, stop doing that. Like start asking for help so that you can figure out how to have these conversations. Okay? Like, seriously, stop. Like, I love my people who are like, Sarah, what do I say to this? Sarah, what would you say to this? I'm like, God dang it, I freaking love you. I love you for the fact that you come in and ask because I want to help you. I love that you know that I want to help you. Okay? I don't want you sitting over there timidly responding to this person or not responding. You guys, you have to get in your mentor's pocket. There is a reason why we have a mentor in this business. There is a reason why you join. And you know what? You may ask a lot of questions at first and they'll become less and less and less. That's the thing, because you're going to get where you have more and more tools in your tool belt that you're like, oh, I remember when Rhonda told me this, or I remember when Sarah told me this, like I'm going to go back. Or maybe it's something really good and you go save it in your notes and you're like, oh, she said this, right? So this is what I said to her. I said, this is how I responded. So her thing was, hey, I did get your message, which remember, she did not respond to her first message. Okay. 0 response. She went and followed up anyways. Okay. Proud freaking mom over here. So anyway, she said, I did get your message. This week got away from me and I am so bad about getting back to my Insta messages. She wasn't ignoring her. Okay. Real life mom that got busy. And she said, I have thought so much about supplementing my income. I just can't decide if I would have the time, and I'm worried about finding the right company and I don't want to be salesy. So all those things kind of just creep in and have held me back. Straight up, like, just said it, right? So this is what we said. We said, Megan, honestly, I think those are probably the 3 most common fears of what hold one back from just pulling the trigger and starting. I had similar ones too. Relate to them, okay? And then just said, time, you will find this business can be worked in the nooks and crannies of your day. It's in 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. Most of us start this on the side and everyone is busy. So it's meant and is created to be added into life as is. Best part is you get to choose the time you do work and can work it around everything else. It's honestly probably one of the main reasons why many find success in a business like this. True, right? You have so many people. I've actually seen more in the last little bit, you guys, and people looking for a second job, but the hours don't work. They can't do it this because they don't have childcare. They can't do this. They need this, but they can't do it because all of these things. Guess what? They need this. We have it. All these things that are stopping them from the other things, we don't need it here. You know, so it's more so just like encouraging those types of people. As far as the company, this is what I said. And I want to share this part with you because you guys, you have to know what you have your hands on with It Works Global. I can't tell you how many times I've had like messages about other companies and it's like, I don't even think twice. Like, I'm like, no, are you kidding me? Do you know what we freaking have here? Like, we have a product line for both men and women. Very few companies have that. Very few, okay? We have an array of products that literally touch on some of the top things, right? Weight loss, better energy, sleep, beauty products. Like, all those, you guys, are main things that are helping even just with preventative health. Those are things people are focused on. We have it. Right? We have clean products. How many times do you hear people saying, I need non-GMO, I want this, I want that? Boom, we've got it, right? Our price point, amazing. You guys, I have people that are like low income to high income that are purchasing as loyal customers. Like, we have all of that. Okay, so this is what I said. As far as company, there is definitely a lot of options out there. You guys, I'm not going to deny that, but I'm also not scared of that. Like, I'm like, let me tell you, you know, and the truth is, you guys, I've also had people that they were trying to pick and choose and they went with the other company. What ended up happening? They didn't get what they wanted, right? So then I'm like, hey girl, remember when we were talking? I still think you should try this even though this didn't work. Do you know how nice that is to say to somebody? I'm not mad at them. I didn't unfollow them because they chose something else. Like, be confident, okay? So I said, as far as companies, there is definitely a lot of options out there, but I will share with you that one thing with It Works is that our products are for both men and women, all age ranges, and just from being a part of it, I can tell you from experience, they are products so many want and are looking for. Not to mention they are clean products with great prices. On top of that, you want a good compensation for the work you put in, and here you can get paid daily, weekly, monthly, and bonuses. In fact, they are just launching a massive weekly bonus program in efforts to help people pay cash for Christmas. Okay? So, again, just utilizing what our company has to offer. Okay? And I'm not focused on what else is out there. I'm not trying to be an expert on every other company or doing the comparison game. I'm going to tell you exactly what you're going to get right here with me, okay? And with It Works. And then the salesy part, I already shared that with you guys. I just said, you do not have to be salesy to be successful, plain and simple. Rather, I will teach you how to just weave offering this opportunity and the products into sharing your things you already do now. I honestly share what I have found I love, and when asking people specifics on their goals, it opens up the convo to every other product. But you don't need to be salesy, and I have yet to have my friends or customers say I'm pushy, which I 100% take as a compliment, okay? And then the way that I just end when I do objections, you guys, is I just said, so most importantly, I said, most importantly is fears are normal. So is doubt, but you truly never know until you try. And we would rather walk forward in faith than sit in fear or wished we would have. I think once you make that first decision to do what you're wanting to do and go after the goals, a lot of the fear subsides and is replaced with excitement. And that's what I said. So if you have any more questions, shoot them my way. I'm here to answer them. Okay. So again, she's putting in that time up front, knowing even if this isn't her one for this month, it could be her one for next month. Okay. So I want you to know that I am never like, if somebody's just not like instant, I'm not like, oh, like they're not gonna do this business. You guys, that's such a lie. It is like, put in the time up front. I promise you, those can be some of your best people. Okay. Yeah, Trisha's even talking culture, care, community. Like, you guys, it's incredible what we have here, right? Okay, look at, we're at 7. I hope that was so helpful for you guys tonight and that you took some tidbits away. We have 2 sleeps before like the most massive bomb is dropped in It Works history. Like, this is a huge pivotal point in this company, and how cool that it's happening on year 20. This is a good big celebration and way to end it. I'm so happy I could come on here with you guys tonight, even though it's in the middle of a holiday weekend. I hope you enjoy your barbecues, and I believe there still is a family call that is happening tonight. So make sure you go hop on Mark's page because they should be live here in just a couple of minutes. I love you guys.